First of all, hello to everybody. My name is Milena Seklic. I'm a communication manager at F6S Innovation and also working here to support you at SURE5.0 project. You're currently joining us for the Open Call 1 Q&A session, which will be led by Antonio and myself. So what is SURE5.0? SURE5.0, as you have probably already seen, is a EU-funded project, which is led by 11 partners from 8 countries. You can see the list here. Aerospace Valley, as a cluster from France, is the coordinator, but nevertheless, we have a great group of mixture of research centers and clusters from different regions of Europe to help you in this Industry 5.0 journey of transition. So this project, what is it all about? It's actually about supporting European SMEs to advance in their digital transformation process on the principles of Industry 5.0. What does these principles mean? It means having a more human-centric, sustainable, and resilient way of production. And the sectors that we are targeting are mobility, transport, and automotive, aerospace and defense, and electronics, given that these 3 industrial ecosystems have proven to be strategic for the whole European industry. So here you can see some of the key facts. Yes, definitely we are focused on advancing technologies for industry, but all based on this twin transition, going digital, but also green, and including social innovation in your way of production. The call was funded by the Horizon Europe call. You can see here our full budget, for which more than 2.6 million euros will be addressed to SMEs for financing your Industry 5.0 projects. And the project lasts for about 36 months, from June 2022 to May 2025. So what can we offer to SMEs? This is why you actually joined to us, right? To hear what we can actually offer you and how you can utilize these 2.6 million euros. So our idea was and our objectives are to lead the SMEs through the whole journey of getting to know Industry 5.0, from getting to know through these open Industry 5.0 webinars, and get in touch with Industry 5.0 networks to networking and peer-learning events, but also to assess their current stage and readiness of how are they currently able to actually transition to Industry 5.0 through Industry 5.0 assessment reports. We will explain later how to get to that, and also to receive tailored services and financial support to actually implement their Industry 5.0 plan once they come to that stage of creating it. How many SMEs do we expect to be involved with the project? Around 1,000 SMEs. 700 will be engaged in project activities such as the ones that were mentioned at the open webinars and all of the networking events, while 100 will be actually provided with individual Industry 5.0 assessments and tailored services. Out of those 100, 53 will receive financial support in the end to implement all of it that they actually learned through the SURE5.0 process. Let me explain you more in detail how do we actually plan to deliver everything that we just mentioned. So the first step when starting your Industry 5.0 transition process is to do an online self-assessment. Fraunhofer, our partner, is actually leading this part. There is like this online questionnaire, which takes about 20 minutes to be filled out. And it helps you to get to know more about Industry 5.0 and to briefly see where you stand regarding your current readiness to get into this kind of digital advancement of your factory. In the end of this questionnaire, you will receive automatic recommendations, and any SME from our key industrial ecosystems can participate in this online self-assessment. What is the next step? Well, you will be automatically be invited to Industry 5.0 webinars. We will cover a range of topics related to digital technologies, but also how to have more human-centric way of production, how to be more sustainable, resilient. So everything that Industry 5.0 actually is. And but to actually get the actual benefits and offers that we have, such as these tailored services, the financing help that would lead you to the full transformation, well, for that you actually have the open call. So you will see later, and I will let us see you show you actually the full benefits that we have in Acceleration Program 1. So Acceleration Program 1 is actually divided into 2 phases. If you are interested in applying now, you're actually applying for the phase 1, assess and recommend. And as you have already seen, the application period is open from December 15 to March 1st. It's super important to send your application in this period to be eligible, because afterwards, from March and April, we have the period evaluation selection of your applications. So you can actually start the program that is actually lasting from April to September of 2023. So what do you get actually in the phase 1? Well, first you start with an individual assessment, which is done by the partners that you have seen, the project partners. Basically, while the online self-assessment is just a brief automatic assessment, this is more one-on-one. It gives you a full overview of your capabilities for Industry 5.0 transition and generally digital advancement of your factory. In the end, you would receive an individual roadmap for Industry 5.0 transition, tailored just for you by our consultants and experts. And having just a roadmap is not enough if you don't know how to actually implement it. So that's why we have these tailored services that have actually covering a range of activities. They will be focused on how to provide technological services for the uptake of the advanced technologies for industry, how to do some of them. You'll see we'll be able to maybe go into testing and giving the first test in our factories. But all of these services, so whether they're investment readiness, like getting the business support from our consultants, because as we know, money is a critical issue, and we all have to learn how to actually invest smart if we want to digitally advance our factory. Also, the same goes for how, in a way, when we want to include social innovation and human centricity in our way of working. But all of these tailored services, some, for example, are delivered in phase 1, some are in phase 2. So just to clarify, phase 1, you get the first assessment and recommendations and start the services, while in phase 2, you actually are ready to apply for the other stage where you're writing your own Industry 5.0 transition plan with all of the knowledge that you acquired. You're ready now to now apply with the full plan and to actually receive money for that. And what is the amount that you would receive? It's all equity free, and it's funding up to 50,000 euros. So it's pretty nice sum to start the whole process of changing your factory. Another thing that should be mentioned is also that you will have a chance to join our community of practice of alliance. So all of those contacts that you meet are in networking events, you will be able to actually communicate with them through this community. And since all of these tailored services are delivered by our project partners, in case you need any additional help, any complementary service providers, you'll be able to have a full access to them in phase 2 via our catalog of complementary service providers. So you're fully covered and secure that what you had in mind to implement in your factory would actually be fully able to be done, so to say. So let us go back to the timeline. Yes, phase 1, as you can see, is starting now, and phase 2 is a phase which you can apply once you finish phase 1. The application period will last from August to September 2023, and the program itself will start once the evaluation selection is done, which is from December 2023 to July 2024. So here you go. This is the whole timeline. How do you actually start this 2-phase acceleration program? And who can apply? Well, to apply for acceleration program program 1, first you have to be an SME. To check if you're actually eligible, you would have to go to directly to European Commission recommendation that you can see here, and also to SME qualification guide, just to check if you actually comply with European Commission rules. You should also be an SME established in the European Union or Horizon Europe associated countries that are eligible for European Commission funding under the rules of Horizon Europe. This is extremely important to check, and we'll let you know later how to actually do that. And third, and but not the least important, is that you're actually an SME operating in the mobility, transport and automotive, aerospace and defense, and electronics manufacturing value chain in need of adopting technologies or services for Industry 5.0 transition. This is very important to highlight, because you're actually here acting as a stakeholder who is actually needing services, not providing, but needing new technologies and their new services in their business. So what happens when you decide that, yes, you're really interested in getting this whole journey? How do I get into this this whole action mode? Well, as mentioned already, you first go to the self-assessment tool, this online assessment questionnaire, fill it out, receive your automatic response. This is a very important step, because without this assessment report, which will be later on uploaded, it's basically a PDF document, so we'll be able to upload it in the F66 platform, but you need it because it's compulsory to apply for the open call. And once you did that step, the next one is to apply for phase 1, which is to go to the F6S platform and fill in the corresponding application form. Again, I will mention that application period lasts from December 15 to March 1st until 5 p.m. Central European time. So make sure to write down that time. Phase 2, as we already mentioned, comes much later. So let us focus on how you can actually submit the application form for the phase 1. Antonio, would you like to take over this part?
Yes, so good morning, everyone, again. In the meantime, I have promoted the members of the consortium that are with us to panelists, so we have a broader team to answer your questions. So the first step that you need to make is go to this link at F6S and start your journey to the application. If you don't have an F6S account, you can create one with either your email, Facebook, or LinkedIn accounts. And then I will go ahead and just give me a second to open this screen, because, okay, so Milana, I will now share my screen. Okay, so this is the entry point for all the information on the open calls. It's on the website. So you have all the information here, and the link that Milana was sharing is actually, you can find it on this page here. So once you click on this link, you go to the open call application page. Click this button here, apply to SURE5.0 program, and you can start filling all your information. So in the cover page of the form, you have the link to the web page where we just came from, the guide for applicants, open call summary, and then you start to fill the questions. So most of these questions are pretty much administrative data, name, VAT number, street, everything. Then the contact person for this application. It's really important for us that we have someone in your team that we can reach out to if we have any doubts where making the administrative procedures of the open call, being it the evaluation, contracting phase, whatever. Phone is not mandatory, but if we have any sort of burning issue to discuss with you, so it's nice to have a phone number. And then you have this set of questions which are related to the SME qualification, as Milana said. So you need to be an enterprise. And then either you are an autonomous enterprise or partner or linked enterprise. If you are a partner or linked enterprise, then it's you should follow the EU guide to assess if the enterprise is indeed an SME or not. And this has to do with the way that headcounts and turnover are computed across the multiple linked or partner enterprises. And then the applications are restricted to SMEs in the value chains of mobility, transport, automotive, aerospace, and defense. So you need to let us know in which domain you are. And then 3 questions that are important. The first one you need to let us know that you are not in any of these situations that prevent you from getting funding from European Union. Then question related with double funding, which means that no entity in EU can receive more than one source of funding for the same technical activity. So if you are enrolled in a European project related with anything that you are not going to do inside SURE5.0, it's okay for you to participate. So this does not prevent the company from applying to 2 European programs. What it prevents is to get funding for exactly the same work. And then that you have no conflict of interest mostly with the partners of the project. Then the self-assessment tool, as Milana said, and the technical annex that you will need to fill, and you will go there in a moment. Before we go there, I would like to make a small walkthrough through the guide for applicants, because we typically have a lot of questions related to this. It seems to be people think that this is a complex document, 40 pages. I will just highlight the main points so that it's easy for you. The first section defines pretty much the structure of the document. The second section, and we'll go there in a moment, defines the general concepts and all of the concept and rules of the program. Third phase, the submission process for phase 1, which is more or less what I have explained to you. Fourth section, the evaluation section. Fifth section, the application for phase 2 of the program. And then rules and procedures for phase 2 and key responsibilities. So there is no hidden agenda here. The rules are, this is the ground truth for the program. So if you have any doubts related with how the evaluation is made, you can come to this document and you'll see that it's fully transparent. So what we do to check if a proposal is eligible, all proposals are evaluated. So these are the 3 criteria that we are going to use on first phase: alignment with Industry 5.0 principles, impact, feasibility. All the evaluations are made by project partners. and or external experts, and we do have consensus mechanism, which is if the two experts do not agree in the ranking of the proposal, we have a fallback mechanism and have a third evaluator and a well-defined formula to compute the final score. So these are typically the questions that we have around the guide for applicants. And
Antonio, if I may step in, just to
please.
say one thing. So I see that we already have one question in the Q&A section, which is about which types of services are actually delivered exactly in phase 1 and which in phase 2. So Open Call Guide is also useful for that because it gives you a full detailed list of exactly these tailored services that you had in mind. So let us go, for example, to the support provided. And then you have, for each type of support, you have an explanation, exactly what we offer.
Thank you, Milena. I hope my voice is better now. Thank you, Manuela, for noticing that. So this is pretty much related with the guide for applicants, what we wanted to show you. And once you have, sorry, I need to move this here. So once you have read the guide for applicants, what you need to do is go to the technical annex, which is available again on the website. So scroll a bit down, download here the technical annex. We will update also this document in the link so that it's more direct. And you have to fill a simple Word document. We are providing the template, so please do not change the template. On the cover pages, I need to insert the name of the SME and the VAT number, and then a couple of sections to define or to let us know better about your SME and how you are in the value chain and your position in the value chain of those 3 factors. And then just let us know in relation with the, we need to review this. We will apply this because the numbering here is not correct, but you need to describe how you, how important are these 3 principles in the context of your company and exactly what you plan to do and how you are aligned with the project and what is the definition or what team do you want to use when implementing the project. And this is pretty important for us, which are the roles of the persons that you are going to engage, and if they have enough skills in relation with 5.0 transition. So why is this important for us? We will provide you services and funding to implement a strategy to move towards Industry 5.0, but you need to do your part of the job in-house. So it's critical for us to know that you have in-house resources to do this. And then there is a ethical assessment grid. This is a standard grid used in all European projects. So you may think that a lot of these questions do not apply to you, and it's fair, but at least 2 aspects are important for us, the dual use of technology, because some of the industries may deal with technology that can be used for civil and military purposes. And in terms of privacy, some applications may deal with tracking employees. So if you are if you have any of these issues, uh, it does not imply that you cannot apply to the program. It just implies that you should give us a more in-depth description of the context and the measures that you will take so that this is not an issue. Milena, can you please reshare your screen so that we complete this section of the...
Sure, of course. So once again, I will go to the slideshow. So as you saw, we have the technical annex. And do you want me to go again? Sorry, Antonio, to the technical annex, maybe to click?
No, I think, no, it's not needed. I think just go to the last slide. There is a question in the Q&A. Yes,
Okay.
the button choose file for the self-assessment tool. Yeah, you do need to download the PDF of the self-assessment tool and upload it on F6S application form.
Exactly, yes.
So the floor is yours. Yeah.
Everything is actually on the website, so it's easier for you to find all of the important links, including the open call guide, the online self-assessment and technical annex. But in case you still have any questions or queries, please write to us at this email that you see here, help@SURE5.0.eu. And also make sure to follow us on social media because we will have all of the updates regularly put there. We have social media channels such as LinkedIn, Twitter, but also YouTube.